We need to broaden our agendas, because if we focus on too narrow an agenda of sustainable development, we will not actually achieve the results. And of course, there's an opportunity cost. By investing heavily in something that won't work, you are distracting attention and resources from what really needs to be done. We can't afford it. We don't have time, and we don't have the capacity. There's obviously nothing wrong with a green economy. In fact, it's a lot better than the alternatives. The question is whether the agenda of a green economy is enough for what the international community needs to achieve. And there's a lot of debate among the states preparing Rio+20, and there's a strong constituency arguing against not the green economy as such, but the exclusive focus on it in the agenda. The reason is very simple. The green economy is about framing responses to the challenges of sustainable development in terms of jobs, growth, technology, and the conditions for those, including trade regulations and tax incentives. This gives the impression, and is perceived as such by many in the developing world, and by many from critical scientific and NGO backgrounds, as being effectively sustainable development without tears. The idea that if we deploy the right kinds of technology in the right kinds of ways, we will solve the problem. And the reason for being skeptical is that, like many from social science communities interested in this question, I'm not convinced that sustainable development is a problem to be solved. It's rather an ongoing challenge to be lived with. We can solve specific problems, of course. We can enhance the efficiency of solar power, or we can mitigate emissions of greenhouse gases. But even once you've done that, you haven't created sustainable development. Because sustainable development, as indeed the Rio Declaration and Agenda 21 made clear in 1992, is about a different kind of society with a different kind of governance process that frames problems in a different way. Of course, any green society will, among other things, include green jobs, green technologies, green tax, green trade. But the question is what you need to add in addition to that to get something more like a green society in which achieving sustainable development means achieving the values and goals attached not just to its environmental pillar, not just to its economic pillar, but also to its social pillar. And since 1992, in the Rio outcome documents, the conventions, the declaration, the agenda, we have this idea that there are 3 dimensions or pillars. If we reduce it to 2, it won't work. The social pillar is crucial. Otherwise, the risk is that we will simply produce more energy-efficient systems, more emissions-efficient systems, but not meet core social and human goals, such as eliminating hunger, resolving the problem of mass unemployment in more prosperous societies, giving everyone access to decent housing, access to clean water, and so on, which are just as important and risk being left behind by an exclusive focus on greening the economy. The synthesis report makes the key points very well and is based on wide-ranging consultation with not just European social scientists and scientists, but beyond Europe as well. And it really parallels work that has been done by us with our partners in other areas. We are converging on a similar conclusion.